Welcome in, everybody, and happy Tuesday. If you're doing this live, we are going to be doing a 20-minute glute focus strength and stretch. I have one heavy dumbbell, which I'm going to use in some parts of our workout today, as well as a set of my medium. Now, I want you to have an assortment ready, and I'm going to cue the exercise. You can select the resistance that you want to do. We're going to move pretty quickly. I also have a band. We're going to start with some band work, and we're going to start in 20 seconds. So grab your band and slide that just above your knees. Now we're going to be using both our band and our dumbbells today. Core tight. Right when that clock hits 20 minutes, we're going to start with some glute travels. And this is going to serve as a little bit of a warm-up. If you want to warm up more, please always do that. Otherwise, hinge at your hips. Join me. The music is just backbeats today. By the way, I'm going to travel 5 each direction. And I'm going to go time-based. So we're going to go 45 seconds here, traveling side to side, activating the glutes. So I love to do band work right away. As a glute activator, we're also going to use it as an adductor activator. And we'll take those 15 seconds to transition to the floor for another banded warm-up move. Now I am going to be moving pretty quickly as mentioned. Please take breaks as needed. Please take sips of water. We have mini breaks that will allow you to do that. Good, finish your last travel. You have 15 seconds to finish and come down to the floor. And next move, 45 seconds, we're gonna come up. You're gonna come up and press out, in and down. So it's a banded glute bridge with a little ab and adductor kick out. Good, come with me. We have 45 seconds on the clock. Hello to you guys that are live today. I see Kristen, I see Joseph, and I do not want to mispronounce your name, but I see you in there. Let me see if I can get it. Diraj, let me know if I said that correctly. I see you a lot in the comments, and I love that you are so enthusiastic, and I love seeing you live today. What a treat. Good, keep going. We have 10 seconds, team. Your glutes should be feeling lit up. Good, 3, 2, 1. Safely come up. Keep your band on. And we're gonna grab dumbbells for your first set, where we're gonna do banded wide leg sumo deadlifts. So here's where you can select. You can always do 1 or 2 weights, heavy or medium weight. Legs a little bit wider than hip distance, and let's begin. So first set. Now why use the band? Many of you guys have used the band with me before. We continue that active feedback for our body, and it helps us activate our glutes even more. Now we're gonna be in here for 45 seconds. Your rep range, depending upon what weight you picked, 10 to 15. And I created that wide range today so that you could truly make this a very custom booty workout, and you can switch it up. So maybe when you come back, you want to do higher reps. Either way, give me a few more seconds. If you started behind, I'm going to go 5 more seconds. We're going to keep the band on, and we're going to go into wide goblet squats. So transition with me here. Keep the weight you have. Simple transition, legs wide. Here we go. So goblet squat. You want to hold your weights in front. Now as I come down and up, I slightly push the band out with my knees. That's going to help me activate glutes, and you feel your adductors as stabilizers. Keep going. Also, the beats today, it's all beat driven. This is a booty beat workout. Keep going, you got 15 seconds. Same rep range. 10 to 15 for these first few. Breathing should be steady and consistent. Finish your last few. 15-second transition. Notice, I literally don't even set my dumbbells down. I just reposition, sumo wide leg deadlift. Set number 2, starting in 3 seconds. Re-engage that core, let's go. Push those knees out slightly, squeeze through. Now as I hinge, I want you guys to notice something. I don't necessarily drop down that much lower than just below my knees, because you really just want to feel your hamstrings lengthen and then squeeze through. You don't want to round the spine, so I don't need to round my upper back. My core stays engaged, my back stays straight. And when I say straight, I mean normal, because our spine has that natural curve, right? You just don't want to round your low back. Keep it up. Squeeze through. You feel your adductors help you as well as your core. Finish your last 1 or 2 if you chatted a little bit like me or stopped. Finish your last few. And then we transition to set 2, wide sumo squat, and often referred to as goblet squat. Let's go. I always do goblet squat and then hold my weights in this position. Like, you got to keep that cup that you have in your hand from spilling. And that's a really helpful visual, because then you're not tipping forward, right? Because if you tip forward, whatever you have in your cup, which is preferably the water you're going to drink in between sets or after class. Good. Don't let it spill out. Sink down. Nice job. You should feel those adductors as you come through. Also, let me continue to always mention flat foot. So try not to be in your heels. Finish your last 1 or 2. And then we're going to transition. So next exercise, we're going to go into some single leg split stance. And I'm going to grab single dumbbell for this. Toe tap deadlifts. Now for this next set, I'll give you a couple more seconds to prepare. We're going to transition really quickly. So back-to-back sets, maximizing our time. Starting in 5 seconds, 45 seconds each leg, kickstand deadlift. Let's go. So now focus on single side. Light it up. Today's session is really jam-packed, but that's also so that you always know if you're short on time, ooh, I got that fire booty workout that I can throw on. I got time to finish that. Light tap. Now what I'm also thinking about is a little bit of an internal rotation so that I'm keeping my hips level. Nice job. You ready to quick switch it? Match reps, 10 to 15, same rep goal. All right, switch sides, go right to it. Transition should be seamless. So now you can see from this angle, a little bit of a rotation, right? Not a lot, it's not a core move. What it's allowing me to do is really make sure that I'm activating the full range of motion in my glute. Now, really important that you keep that light toe tap behind you. Keep it up. We do have a second move. I will give you a break to transition for this next one. Nice job, team. Make sure your weight is still energy going forward. 15-second break. Watch me. 1 or 2 dumbbells, wide stance, but this time pulling it in. So we're gonna do a little bit of an adductor activator. You're also gonna feel the booty as you sit down. Wide stance allows you to get into the glutes a little bit more. Here we go. Sink down, squeeze in. Now as you go down, your body stays tall. I want you to think about your glutes sitting back into a chair. In order to get into a chair, you do not have to bow your head, right? Keep everything up tall. Keep the integrity in your core. Good. Almost there. 10 more seconds, please. Sit. Drag it in. Love it. Oh, hi, Jama. Last one. Make sure you even out sides. Take a quick little break here. Check it out. In case you start to feel anything in your low back, this is a great spine release. And I also want you to take note. Here we go. Here's another one. If you feel anything in your spine right now or your low back, that's your opportunity to re-engage and tighten your core even more. We're going to start again. When that clock hits 10:45, first lead, kickstand, single leg deadlift, begin. Now, if you read the description of class, we are doing 15 minutes of booty work, 5 minutes of static stretch, where I'm going to give you my top stretches for helping release tight hips, tight psoas muscles. I'm getting the rest of Jama's comment. So glad you came to say hi and drive by. Enjoy this workout when you come back and do it. Good, keep it up, guys. 15 more seconds. Hopefully second round feels a little bit better. If you want to slowly progress to lifting the foot up, you 100% can. The reason I love kickstand, give me a couple more seconds, we're gonna switch. Good, quick switch here. Reason I love kickstand is because you can still get that light support, but still focus because it's a light tap on single side. It just takes out a little bit of the balance factor and allows you to focus a little bit more on strength. But if you have built up a lot of strength and balance and you want to start to pick the leg up, do it. Right here, you're still going to keep the same form, slight internal rotation. You can even tap in between. Nice job. Woo! Glutes on fire. Re-engage that core for me, please. Finish your last 1 or 2. Make sure you matched reps. Wide stance. 1 or 2 dumbbells. If you want to grab more, you have 15 seconds to do that. Reminder, wide squat, pulling it in. Begin. Now for this set, because you're alternating the pull-in, need you to aim for 10, 12, or 16, even 14, so that you have an even number. So you're pulling in on both lead sides. Yes, booty back. Sink down. Good. We're going to the floor after this, so we're going to be grabbing the band again. We just have a few more, then we're going to stretch. 10 seconds. Looking good. I hope above all, you're feeling good. Good. And even it out. Finish your last one. Down to the floor. Grab your band. You can use a dumbbell if you'd like, but we're going to start with an adductor move that I don't recommend necessarily adding load to beside your band. 15 seconds before we go. Sliding it just above the knees. Check it out. You're going to bring the knees up to tabletop position. Taking it out and in. Tension on the band. Come with me. So this is going to be level 1. Take your gaze up. Now you can also challenge your core a little bit by pushing the feet or your knees a little bit further away from your body. Also, flex your feet so you're keeping everything at that tight angle. As I go out, my toes point out. If you want to give me a little extension, you can. That's going to help activate even more. You feel those glutes. Now 15 seconds. We're going to go right into the next move. If you want to add a dumbbell to this, you can if it's close. Otherwise, it's not needed. This is a little burnout before we stretch. Good, feet come down. Glute bridge. Just a straight glute bridge set. Driving up. Now if you want to give me a little press out on the way up, go for it. With this move specifically, you can maybe get a little bit closer to that 20 rep mark depending upon what resistance you selected with your band. But I will note, you don't need to have a super heavy resistance for a band, and in fact, make sure that it's not too heavy, that it is kind of limiting you in getting the results you want. Sometimes it can hold you back if it's too heavy. Okay, feet come up. Adductor. I'm gonna add that kick out. This is crunch time. Take your gaze up. Keep your abs tight. Move your feet a little further away from your body to make it a little more challenging. You feel the core, right? Nice. Keep it up. 15 seconds. We're gonna do a final glute bridge burnout. Now, adductors I always include in glute day because they're such great supporters of that entire system. So we're finishing off with a little burnout here. Feet down. Now we go glute bridge. I'm taking the kick out option. Nice work. Beautiful job. I hope there are just flames coming off that lower body for you. Make sure you're pushing through with the knees going forward, energy going away from your body. So push, out, in, down. We have 15 seconds. We go right into static stretch. Nice job. One of our more action-packed glute-focused workouts, little to no break, and you made it. Safely bring that band off. And we're gonna stay in this position on the floor. First, it's always really important to make sure your low back is released. It's gonna help you get into your glutes even better. So go ahead, bring one knee into your chest, bring it across your body, take your gaze towards the other side, look towards that hand. So upper back also stays on the floor. Why is this helpful? Well, a lot of times your low back will take a lot of the work that our glutes are meant to do. So if it's locked up, we can't even get into those glutes. So right now specifically, let's loosen it up before we stretch the glutes. Switch, gentle switch. Knee comes in, then across. Same rules apply. Upper back stays on the ground. Knee comes across by keeping that upper back, then take your gaze towards that opposite arm. Hold, and the most important part, breathe and tell your body it's okay to release and let go. Great work. 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Good. Knees are gonna rock yourself up. We're gonna do a seated glute stretch so that you can really control the range of motion. So hit that figure 4, then slide the foot in while keeping the 90 degrees. Now sit up tall. Lift the toe to the degree that feels good to you for that stretch, maintaining both hips on the floor, squaring out the knee. If you think about it, this is like when we do a pigeon pose, but it's a little bit easier to get in that 90-degree right angle position, right? Static stretches holding 20 to 30 seconds, breathing. Every time you exhale, making it a little bit deeper. Very nice. All right, gently release. Switch your legs, so take the other leg over. Draw that figure 4, slide the foot in. Reset Make sure the angle's there, hips are on the floor. Now raise the toe. Feel that deepen. Continue to sit up tall. I tend to come up a little bit more on my fingertips so I can grab a really nice, strong, tall upper body. Tuck your chin. Keep squaring out the hip. Both sides of your booty need to remain on the floor. No twisting with the lower body. Lift the toe a little higher to make that a little bit deeper. Nice work. All right, guys, slowly release that toe down. We're coming back to a supine position. So I mentioned piriformis. Here's how we're gonna get the piriformis. It's a little bit different than the low back stretch. Bring your knee into your chest. Now, come across your body, but not all the way to right angle. So you're up at a little bit of an angle. Continue to think about the upward motion and then across. And now you feel the piriformis, which is a deep gluteal muscle. It might take some practice and kind of searching around to feel. Once you feel it, and especially if you have a tight one, it's gonna feel like the best deep stretch in your glutes. Nice job. Before we switch sides, just a quick figure 4 in a supine position. Little shake side to side. Good, switch legs. So other side, knee comes in. Remember, upward and then diagonal. That's the biggest focus for this one. If you ever have the opportunity to do some assisted stretching, have somebody help you get into this position, and you can focus on maintaining a nice supine straight body, especially if you have tight piriformis muscles. Keep holding. Every time you exhale, you should feel a little deeper release, yes? Very nice. Come to center and hit that figure 4 in a supine position. Little rock side to side. Explore that span, the range of motion. Last one I'm gonna end with, happy baby. You guys, this pose, you're gonna grab inside your feet and then just drive both knees towards your floor. You can also extend a little bit. Now this pose is very challenging to get into. You might be in a position today where you're like, no, not quite there. That's okay. You can take your hands out wide. You can grab on the inside. Good. This stretches out through the adductors, helps release that low back. Go ahead and bring those knees into your chest, rock up. Now, here's gonna be kind of my recommendation on how you can make this workout continue to grow with you and work for you. First of all, that series of stretches we just did at the end, you can repeat them. Those are very targeted towards, as you stand up, don't you feel it? Very targeted towards our lower body and our low back. So glutes, adductors, low back. You can repeat those. You can do those as many times a day as you need to really truly get the benefit of them. And then also, you can make this a double length workout by just simply repeating those exercises from the top and doing another 2 sets of each, since we did 2 already. So that's how you can double the length, increase the volume and the time under tension and the reps, and make it continue to grow with you. But for today's workout, 20 minutes in the bag, strength and stretch, bite size, flag this workout. If you are ever short on time and you just want to make sure you move your body, I recommend this. Glutes are such a fantastic muscle to keep strong. It's going to help protect your low back, especially when you work in conjunction with that core. So thank you guys again for joining me live. I will see you again this week. Reach out if you need absolutely anything, and I will see you next class. Bye, team.